Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I just want to start off by saying thank you for all your support and that I'm so glad you loved the first video and I'm looking forward to making even more. Today I actually want to surprise you guys with a nice tutorial. This is going to be installing Windows 8.1 on the Surface Pro 4. Now the thing with the Surface Pro 4 is that it actually came out with Windows 10, so you can't actually officially put Windows 8.1 on there. But as you can see in this lovely image, it is possible. Now, I want to show you how you can do it because I have a Surface Pro 4 and I am running Windows 8.1 on it. So you can see these are the images from the archive.org page. I actually will be like linking this in the description so you guys can also get it, and I'll be walking you through the whole tutorial for this. So I actually do have everything prepared here since before, but I am going to show you guys. When you come to this archive.org page, which I'll link in the description, you will come over to the zip place and you'll download these three things. Now these three things, you're going to extract that and put it into a folder here on your USB drive. Now minimum your USB drive needs is this. Okay, you need an 8GB USB drive, and then you can come up here and have everything. Now in the tools section, you're gonna put this universal watermark disabler when you'll extract it, and then WinNT setup 80K thing, you're gonna put it up here. Now I'll show you, there are like two ways to do this. You can do it from the installer itself when you boot off of it, or if you're planning to dual boot, which is possible, you can do it from Windows itself. So I have everything here. I have all the drivers is all here, and it's a really easy setup. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it, and I'll walk you through it and tell you what are some of the catches to installing Windows 8.1 on the Surface Pro 4. The credits are that the drivers come from the image over here, which this is the original one. This is like an improved version. This was from 2016. You can see this guy was the one to make it, and he made an image from a deep loaded install. But the benefit of this one is you can use any version of Windows 8.1. For me, I used the one that's the Surface Pro 3's image. Now the Surface Pro 3 image, you can get it from down here, and you go here, and there's this guide to turn all these files that come with the recovery image into a single WIM, which you can use in any installer you want. You're just going to go into sources and you're going to drop it in here, and it's going to be install.wim right there. So it's going to be install.wim. That's the image. You can just use a regular Windows 8.1. It depends on you. I just like the pre-installed stuff that comes, and I'm just going to show you guys how to do it. Now once you have your USB set up, you're going to just eject it, and you're gonna move on to your Surface Pro 4 because you got everything you need from your other PC. You could do this from your Surface Pro 4 as well. I'm just showing you this from my other computer. Now let's move on to the Surface Pro 4.
Alright everyone, welcome to my Surface Pro 4. Now I am going to be dual booting because this is my main Windows 8.1 install. I just shrink the drive here. So this is what you want to do if you want to dual boot. You just go to disk management, or you can search up create format hard disk partitions. It's going to come up here, and you can just right click your main thing and then shrink volume, and you're going to want to do new simple volume and just put it anywhere you want. I'm just going to call this video since doing it for the video. You click finish and boom, it's going to come up here. And when you're done with that, you can just minimize or close it, and then you plug in your USB drive if it's not there already. And you're not going to run setup.exe. You're actually going to go to the tools and take WinNT setup from here and run it from. So once it starts up, you got this lovely UI and you got your lovely stuff here from the USB. What you're going to want to do is select the location of the install files. This is going to be pointing to the install.wim. So you're just going to take this, open it, and install, and then your boot drive, it should automatically detect, but this is basically just your EFI partition. And then the location where it installs, you just choose the second drive you made, and you're going to go skip all of these stuff except for add drivers. You're going to want to press the three dots over there, come over to your USB's root, and you're gonna take this and select the folder. So this is gonna install all the drivers you need, and then once you press setup, you're gonna wanna do find and add Windows versions already installed PC, and if you want, you can use the legacy version of the boot menu. So you got the original, like the UEFI one, which is, so you got the one that Windows 8.1 started with. So you got the one that Windows 8 started with, which is the blue one, where you got your big buttons, but then you can have the Windows 7 and earlier style, so Windows 7 and yeah, Vista, I guess. You can just click that if you want, but I'm not gonna do that. And you can just press OK, and it's gonna start up. But for the people who are gonna be doing a clean install, I'm gonna boot off the USB drive and show you how to do it from there. If you guys want to do the do boot and do the method I just showed, you guys can skip to the timestamp that I have on the screen right now. It should be down here, and just go there so you can continue with the rest of the install. But now I'm gonna be switching to the clean install method, where I'll show you guys how to do it off of the USB itself.
Alright guys, now that we are booted off of the drive, you can see that I am moving the mouse and nothing is working. You got this really tiny Windows 8 thing, but we are not going to use that unless you want to use the tab to go down to the next button, press next, click on install now, and you're going to want to format your drive here from the format tool. Now it might ask you for a Windows 8 key. It depends if you use the Windows 8 ISO install.wim, so I'm going to actually put that in right now. Now once that you have entered it, again you can see everything's really funny here. You're gonna wanna accept those terms by just using the tab to get to the accept terms until that gets highlighted, and you're gonna wanna press A, the letter A, come on, focus camera, and then go over to next, you press it, and then custom install, and you can see all your lovely drives over here. So you're gonna wanna somehow use the tab to get over to the, so you can see it's selected right there, and then you go next, and now you can use the arrow keys. So these are pretty funny looking, but you can see I have my hard drive over here, which is the 27 gig hard drive that I made, and then you got this lovely stuff. So this is all like drive 0, partition this is my main one, this is the one I just made for the video, and you're gonna wanna start using the tabs to go to format, and then you press format, and or since you know you're gonna have a clean install, you're gonna wanna go all the way to your main hard drive, and then you're gonna go to delete, and then you're gonna press delete, and you can just delete all the partitions, and then you're gonna press the new button, which will be highlighted, and it's gonna create all the things for you. Once you're done with that, you can just press the lovely Alt F4, and yes, you want to quit. And finally, you can do the thing we all wanted to do, which is Shift F10 to bring up the lovely command prompt. Now what are you going to do with this command prompt? You're going to open Notepad. So you just do that. You got the lovely Notepad, just do Alt Tab. You're going to want to go to the Alt menu, press Enter, and then you're going to want to do Open. It's gonna come up with this. You're gonna want to press tab once, and then press the arrows on this and go to all files, and you got all your files. Just keep pressing tab until you reach to recent places. You're gonna want to go down and press space to select it, not enter, space, and then you press tab one more time. You can use these, go all the way down to your USB drive, press enter, then go to tools, then go to WinNT setup, go all the way over here. So once you have it selected, you're gonna wanna press this button on your keyboard, press that once, and it comes up with the little menu. You press the arrow keys and just do run as administrator, and you got your lovely thing finally showing up. You're gonna wanna press space when you get on the search by using the tab, and you'll find this lovely thing over here. You can press tab to get to the system thing, and then just use this, press this PC with enter, go down to your lovely drive, go down to sources, and then go down to install.wim, and you got it selected there. Okay, you're gonna get on the search button, you're gonna press enter, and you got your lovely selection tool here. check it out, I got video, press enter. You're gonna have your drive selected, and that'll be your main one. You're gonna keep pressing tab until you reach this 3 dots. You press space, and then you go down to this, press right on the arrows, and then press enter on that, and it'll show up, and then you can finally press setup. So once you open up this menu, you're gonna go down to find and add Windows versions. You're gonna press space to select it, and then you're gonna press OK by pressing enter, and then it'll start the installation. So that's how you do it, booting from the USB drive. And I'm just gonna show you guys that it works. Press enter, and it's gonna start applying the Windows image.
Now I actually decided that I'm going to be switching back to this part, since this is more simple for me to do it from here. And I'm going to show you guys, because there's an extra step if you get a blue screen while booting Windows 8.1. So I'm going to have a time lapse showing you the installation. All you're going to do, if it's okay, just click on it and it'll start applying, and we can watch the time lapse. Alright guys, as you can see, it has finished, and sometimes this might happen where it'll crash or say it stopped working, but don't worry, it did work. It'll close up, and now you can restart your PC, and I'll show you what happens next.
Alright guys, after a long wait, it definitely took a very long time, especially having to speed it up 100 times. I have turned off the computer. It is good to have it plugged in for the process, by the way, forgot to mention that, but pretty sure that's common sense. And I have the guide pulled up here because there is something happening on some of the surfaces where your firmware will block it from booting 8.1 from a certain Intel driver. So I'll show you how to get around that, because the guide does have a method too. So mine actually is affected by this issue, so if yours isn't, just jump to the timestamp on screen and I will be showing you guys how to fix it, because I do get that issue. So once you turn it on, you either is going to be met with the blue screen or a boot picker, depending if you're dual booting, or even sometimes if you're dual booting, it might directly take you to the part. So here I got the two stuff, just gonna choose this one, and I'll show you the very lovely blue screen that you get met with. There you go, and you get this. Now you can see that it's just gonna come up again. I'm gonna show you guys how to fix it. You can do this from Windows or from the USB stick. So I'm gonna show you guys from the USB stick, but I'll explain also from Windows. So just keep watching, I'll tell you how. Now again, it'll reboot itself. I'm going to go to this. If you're not, you can just press the button to go to the boot picker on the Surface, which should be the down button. Now I'm gonna choose other options. If you get this menu, it's much more practical. You go to USB storage, and it's gonna start booting from it. So once you come up with the lovely installer, I am going to show you guys what to do. So Shift and then F10 on your keyboard to bring up the command prompt. Once again, let's try and get the camera to focus. And you're gonna wanna go to, once again, Notepad, and press Alt to come back to the menu, go to Open. Now, if you're on normal Windows, you should just open the File Explorer and go to the directory that is over here. Okay, this is the directory, this blue, and I'm just going to show you guys from here because there is no mouse support, but also there is no Explorer except for here, and the Notepad is much easier. So once again, press Tab and then press the down arrow key, press down again, and then press Enter to show all the files. Keep pressing Tab until you go to Recent Places, and then when you press the down arrow keys to get to this PC, press Space, and then press Tab again, and then go to the drive you installed Windows on, press Enter, and then go to the place which is going to be Windows System 32. So just
find it there, System 32, and then it's gonna be driver store, and then file repository, and it's gonna be this Intel PEP, which I'm pretty sure I can just type Intel pep.inf with a bunch of strings and stuff. You're gonna want to press the delete on your keyboard, and it's gonna say not find item. If you press it twice, it'll say this because it is actually gone, but for some reason this file explorer doesn't do anything. But now that that's done, you actually have to go back to the command prompt, because you should do regedit to open up the registry editor, and you're going to want to just go to any of them by using the arrow keys, H key users, and then press the Alt button to go to File, press Enter, and then Load Hive. Now, you are going to want to press Tab until you get to Recent Places. Once again, go down to this PC, go to this, and then you're gonna want to go to this place here. Come on, camera, focus. This is where the Hive is, in Windows System 32 Config System Hive. So you're gonna wanna go Windows. Once again, you can just type System 32 Config, and then you'll find System, which is this thing, which is the System Hive. So this is like, I guess, some text you wanna go to, the one that is not the text, and you wanna just give it some key names. So I'll just do Win8, and you'll find there's Win8, and you want to locate System Control Set 001 Services Intel PEP. So now press the arrow key, the right arrow key, and you're gonna want to go to Control Set 001, and then you're gonna wanna go to the services and the Intel PEP, and you're gonna want to press just delete. It's gonna say, are you sure? Press yes, and it's gonna be gone. And now you're gonna want to go to the root of it. So just go back up all the way to the Win8. Now you can press Alt, press File, press Unload Hive, and yes, so that it's just, we are sure it's saved. And now all you can do is restart your computer, and I'll meet you back at the boot menu. All right, now we're at the boot menu, and here's our Windows 8.1 Pro. We're just gonna press on it, and you know, if it's the default operating system, it'll actually just automatically boot from that. And this time it won't give you the blue screen of death, it'll actually load. Getting devices ready. Now I'll meet you guys back when the OOBE starts. So welcome back, guys. We are at the OOBE. Now this might seem a little strange, but this is because this is the Surface Pro 3 recovery image. So in a bit, this actually will go to the normal out-of-box experience. You can still, the mouse doesn't work, but I'll show you how to fix that. So you have to use the tab to go to the language you want, which is one of these three options in the recovery media I have, and that is just fine to just go with the defaults. You know, I don't care about the time, but usually you'll set those, and then go to the next, press enter. It's gonna show you the lovely license terms which you can accept, and you can even set up the pen. Now sometimes the setup here won't work, so sometimes it's good to just skip it, but the way to skip it is for it to finish searching for the Bluetooth device. It's gonna fail, or if you set it up and it works, that's good. Just sometimes it worked for me, sometimes it didn't, so it's pure luck, and when the next comes, we'll show you guys what to do. All right, now it says tried one of 3 times, but it did fail, so you can just go straight to the skip, and boom, the normal out-of-box experience, which you sadly have to go through with some tabbing on the keyboard. Now, you can select this to select your color that you want. We're just gonna go with this lovely Windows 8 blue, and change the PC name. We're just gonna call this video once again. Let me try zoom in there for you guys. Video. And then you guys could press enter to go next, set up your Wi-Fi. I already just skipped mine, so it's fine. You can do the express settings or customize. For this, I'll just use express. For the user, I'll just put Ali. And for the password, we'll do nothing at all, because this is not what I'm gonna be using. But you guys will do your regular setup and put secure passwords and stuff, obviously. And then you gotta go through this, but we're not done yet because I have to show you guys how to fix the mouse and other drivers, and also just finalize the installation so that you don't run into many issues or any at all. Alright, welcome. As you can see, things like touchscreen or mouse don't work, but thank God the keyboard does. Though the Windows key doesn't sometimes, which is sad, but I know how to fix this. So you can go to the search by just typing, because it's gonna automatically come up. You're gonna search CMD, and then you wanna press this key on the keyboard to press this, so you get your run as administrator option. Then press left and press yes. Alright, then the CMD will show up, and you're gonna have to write this right there, which is on the guide. So it says right there, you can go check it out on what specifically to write, but it's bcdedit/set test signing on. You press enter, the operation completed successfully, and now you're gonna have to restart your PC. So just press the Windows key and then press this, go to restart and restart your computer. Alright, now that we're back, it has restarted. You should be able to just wait a little bit if it hasn't already, but you can see mouse works and touch should work in a bit, so just give things time to work out. And you're gonna want to open up this, go into your USB, go into tools, and then run this uwd.exe, press yes, and install this so that you have that annoying watermark gone away. Boom, it's gone. Now all you have to do is activate Windows, install all your stuff, and it's nice. But there is something more important, because if I go to the device manager, now if you start up device manager and you get a bunch of these, you're going to want to do update driver software, and you're going to point it to the USB drive and then the driver's place, include subfolders, and then press next, and it's going to install them. Press install anyways, and they should install, and you should be done. Just maybe a restart or something, and that should be it. And then there is a bunch of other information that you might have to read on the actual guide itself, so please do check it out, read it just in case, to see if there's anything that you need to know. There probably is, especially stuff about the camera, but I am going to show you some of these issues. So boom, now that I have all of those installed, it actually also fixed the touch and the camera stuff. Okay, so make sure you do check that. Now, some of the issues is that sometimes the camera might not behave as expected. Even if you have it installed, it might have some issues, especially when switching between them. So you do want to go to Device Manager and find this stuff and press disable. Okay, you're gonna want to disable it, and the IR sensor as well, the IR camera. Disable this because they don't work on iPhone anyways, but they actually do cause some issues, like some clashing between the real cameras that you want to use. So make sure you disable those two, and that should be it from Device Manager. Another one of the issues is that auto rotate will not work if you just disconnect this keyboard from here. Okay, you're gonna wanna turn the Surface to its side first of all, and then take off the keyboard, and then auto rotate will still work. I don't know why, but that's how it is. But even if you take it off like this, not only does auto rotate not work, but also the on-screen keyboard will not show up. Like, for some, that's just a bug. Another thing is the buttons on the top of the Surface is that the power button is actually volume down, the volume up button is off, I'm not going to press that, and then the down volume is the Windows key, which is very weird, but that's just how it is for some reason. Another thing is sleeping might be broken for yours, so just do check it. If you can't wake up from sleep, you're gonna have to force restart by pressing and holding power and volume up at the same time until it restarts, but that is very unfortunate if that doesn't work. But for some people like me, it does, even on the new firmware. This is more prone to happen on the new firmware. Another thing that can happen is the hibernation will not work. Like, hibernation might not work at all, or you can also, this might also happen where it does work, but you can't get to it, as in you can't go to control panel and enable it, or it's not here in the start menu when you go to press the power options. So one thing I like to do is create a shortcut and then do shutdown /H, and then you press next, and then just call it hibernation or whatever you want it to be. Finish. And opening this will actually hibernate your computer, and I like to pin this to the start so that if I want to hibernate, I have an easy way to hibernate just by pressing that. So that's another one of the things. And the Surface app will not work because it doesn't know what a Surface Pro 4 is, obviously. So I kept it for decoration. You guys can delete it if you want because it's like no use for you or anything, but I kept it for decoration. And yep, that's it. It does list here some of the issues that I already described, and then there's also some more on this original XDA thread which I showed you, which is what actually inspired this. So this is, you guys have to read this, okay? Just to make sure you know everything before commenting the issues. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this tutorial. It took me a long time to make, especially the installing part. But there you have it, Windows 8.1 on the Surface Pro 4. Enjoy, because it really has a longer battery life, better RAM usage and CPU usage, and even disk usage. So please enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.